Everybody. Here I am with Prophetic Mastery Moments, day 29. I'm really delighted for everyone that actually joins us here. Please say hi, especially if you're new. I'd love to see where you're even from. So just pop your name, say hello, and always remember that whenever I am live, if you catch me when I'm live, I'm happy to give a prophetic word if I have time in the moment. Anyway, Prophetic Mastery Moments, day 29. I want to talk to you about something today that is very, very close to my heart. It's prophetic etiquette. It's very, very important that prophetic people that want to prophesy, people who call themselves prophets, or people who are actually called to be prophets, or people who are in the office of prophet, even people who are saying that this rhema word is for you. So if we think about more traditional language, all of those sorts of the people that are actually trying to communicate what they think God is saying to another person, all of those situations, prophetic etiquette covers that situation. It is absolutely critical that the body of Christ starts to understand that there is an etiquette associated with representing God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the one that resonates with love. As a lawyer, I understand the concept of etiquette. When we would step into a courtroom, we would have to stop at the doorway and bow to show respect, not necessarily to the judge as the individual, but to the position of judge. It's just so important that there was a particular etiquette that was followed. You would stand to speak. You would use very, very delicate language. If you got rude, you got called up, and if you became arrogant, you were also told off in the courtroom setting. There's so much to talk about, when it comes to the law and comparative to prophecy. And it's not that we're going back to legalism, but it's about kindness. Kindness it resonates with love. So the dictionary defines etiquette as the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. What should Christian etiquette look like? It should look like love. Love is not only a noun. God is love. He is love. His name is love, is one of his many names, but it is also a verb. It is a doing word. So how we conduct ourselves. And I'm convicted of this even when I'm driving my car and someone cuts me off and I want to go beep, 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 and I'm not quite as elegant as going beep, beep, but I know that that's not appropriate, especially if I call myself a Christian, one who represents the kingdom of heaven. Because, of course, don't forget that we are ambassadors of Christ. We are ambassadors of Christ. We represent the kingdom of heaven. So, what is prophetic etiquette? It's simple. Prophetic etiquette resonates with love. Before you give a prophetic word, ask yourself, what does love look like in this moment? Because kindness will never be out of fashion. I want to share 6 principles. Now, there are more, but 6 principles of prophetic etiquette with you today. And these are guidelines that will help you honor people. They will protect your gift and ensure that what you're releasing actually lands in good soil. So let's dive in. Number 1, ask permission before you prophesy over someone. Don't just dump a word on them. Honor their boundaries. A simple, can I share something I feel God is showing me, goes a long way. I've seen people walk up to strangers and just start prophesying over them without any permission, without any relationship, and without any honor. The arrogance was absolutely breathtaking. And you know what happens? People get defensive. They shut down. The word, even if it's accurate, doesn't land. Always ask permission first. I have a story here. There was one of my students many years ago was at a Christian seminar, and someone looked at her in the changeover time. We had like a 15-minute break before we went into some more teaching. And this gentleman came up to her and said, "I've got a prophetic word for you." And without even asking, just shoved it at her. He was arrogant, he was rude, he was unkind, and he delivered it like he had the right to speak into her life. And it was a hurtful word. She got her defenses up. She had no idea who she was. She was brand new to the prophetic as well. So it really upset her. And she said, I just felt violated by this person. The sad thing was, the word was accurate. When she repeated the word to me, it actually was accurate, but the way it was delivered, she didn't receive it. She just didn't receive it. It hurt her, and she was puzzled by it all. So we did unpack it. And in the end, I said, "Can you see how it's accurate?" But it was very badly delivered. So, I can understand why you were so hurt by what happened in that situation. Don't be arrogant. I've had people come up to me and say, "I've got a prophetic word for you. Get out your phone." I don't I was in the middle of a conversation at someone's birthday party, and they would come up and tell me, "I've got a prophetic word for you. Get out your phone. You need to record it." And I feel like saying, "Who do you think you are? I'm here at a birthday party." Inappropriate timing. What it would be better would have been to wait for a pause in the conversation and say, "Excuse me, I think I'm receiving a word from the Lord for you. When would be a convenient time for me to communicate it? Could I email it to you? Could I make it a voice recording and send it to you in some way? Or do you have some time now?" I mean, it's simple as that. Number two, principle two, kindness. Kindness is kingdom. Full stop. Exclamation mark. Kindness is kingdom. Be sure the way that you ask and deliver resonates with kindness, not arrogance. The example I just gave you at that birthday party, that was not kind, it was arrogant, and it was rude. Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. So the words that are coming out of our mouth, I mean, it's a very high standard that we are given by Paul in Ephesians 4:29. No unwholesome talk come out of our mouths, but only what is helpful for building up others according to their needs. That means that the listeners of the word too. If it's a word that needs to be delivered in private, deliver it in private. Don't announce it. There's no shaming, no blaming, no finger pointing. That's done behind closed doors in relationship. Your tone matters. Your approach matters. You can have the most accurate word in the world, but if you deliver it with arrogance, harshness, or a condescending attitude, it will be rejected. Deliver with humility and love. And trust me, those of us who feel atmospheres can feel arrogance on you. We can feel it. We can also feel a self-serving word. I remember there was a world-leading prophet, not well known, but someone that I knew, world standard, someone that I knew, who delivered a word, and it actually physically felt like I got stabbed in the spirit as they spoke. It was an accurate word. Some of it was accurate, but it was self-serving. They wanted me to step into the prophetic word because they knew it would help them if I did what it was that they were prophesying. And in actual fact, it wasn't prophecy from love, it was prophecy from selfishness, which means that it was a clanging cymbal. It means that it didn't resonate with love. As of someone who feels in the spirit, it actually physically hurt me. So don't do that. We will know and will avoid you. So, number three, New Testament prophecy is comforting, encouraging, and strengthening. 1 Corinthians 14:3, make this so clear. But the one who prophesies speaks to people for their strengthening, encouraging, and comfort. If your word doesn't build up, encourage, or comfort, you need to reconsider whether it's truly from God, or you need to look again. If it's a word of knowledge, which is generally the one when we start to pick up on something that's a bit negative. It could be a word of knowledge. It might be a word of knowledge around a warning, but you need to go, okay, so God, what are you trying to tell me about this? How do I deliver this? A word of knowledge is different to a prophetic word. Don't deliver a word of knowledge as a prophetic word. Be gentle with it, especially if it associates with a warning, if there's a warning associated with it. So I'm not saying that prophecy is always comfortable. Sometimes God's words will challenge us or call us higher. And sometimes we'll be delivering a word in love and we'll be as loving as possible. And we don't realize what it is that we're actually saying. And someone who is hearing, this has happened to me a few times, someone who's hearing the word have taken offense to the word and they have thought that I've known something about them. I've even had a situation where I gave a prophet, this is years ago, over my daughter who's 22 now was only 3 or 4 years of age. And I gave a prophetic word to this woman and she looked at me and she got so angry and I didn't quite understand what was happening. She said, "You've been talking to the pastors, hadn't you?" What I had unknowingly done is I stuck my finger in an area where she was actually being walked through a situation and she thought that I was prophesying from gossip and some worldly knowledge, and I actually wasn't. And it just absolutely threw me. I was devastated. She still believes that to this day. She doesn't believe that what I was prophesying was clean. And I think that's the thing that's really hard. Sometimes we'll be giving a clean prophetic word, clean as in it's not been marred by gossip or slander or some outside external knowledge. And people won't believe that it was a clean word. And it's really hard when that happens. But as long as you walk with integrity, know that God will work it out for you. So prophecy is not always comfortable. That's what happened to that girl. But sometimes God's words challenge us or call us higher. But even correction from God always comes with love, hope, and a pathway forward. If your word tears down, shames, or condemns, that's not New Testament prophecy. And if you're trying to correct someone sort of dressed up like a prophetic word, that is not a prophecy either. Our job is not to correct every man and his dog, every woman and her dog. Our job is to walk in relationship with people, and only people that have asked us to speak into their lives, only those people have we got any right to speak into in terms of correction. And when it comes in a corrective element, it's always from encouragement. Come up higher, Jesus said to Paul in Revelation. Come up higher and let me show you what will take place. He didn't say, shame on you. He said, come up higher. Let me show you. He says that to his children. Come up higher. Let me show you who you are. Let me show you what you're called to. He calls us into our identity. He calls us into our purpose. He doesn't use a stick to hit us. He actually draws us with a carrot with the promises of the kingdom. Anyway, principle 4, wait for the heartbeat of love. I actually wrote a story called I think it's, wait for the heartbeat of love and only then speak. You can find that on the website. I should pop that into the blurb. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. Don't prophesy out of performance. Don't prophesy because you feel pressure. Don't prophesy out of pride or a need to prove your gift. If you're having a bad day, step back. Don't prophesy. Wait until you feel the Father's heart of love for that person and only then speak. When you prophesy from love, your words carry weight. They carry life. They carry the very heart of God. It will break down walls of resistance when you prophesy from love. Love can go where no other word can go. It has that way. And you know why? It's because it's the river of life. It's the Holy Spirit that's released. Jesus told the woman at the well, and he tells us today, if we will drink from him, streams of living waters will flow from our innermost being. It's who we are. That is the prophetic word when we flow with the love of the Holy Spirit. Principle 5, love only shares what they can bear. Love only shares what a person can bear. Jesus said it this way in John 16:12. I have so much more to say to you, more than you can now bear. Even Jesus knew when to hold back. You might see a whole vision, receive a detailed word, or sense a lot of information about someone's life, but that doesn't mean that you need to share it all. You need to share all of it all at once. Love respects their capacity. Love knows what they're ready to receive. Don't force the entire word on someone if they're not ready. And I would add also, don't force a word if God has told you to hold it. I think that's really important. I've actually understood that there's been people that have had call of prophet on their life, and I've had to hold that word until he said, now release it. They weren't ready to carry the weight of, you have this call on your life. And even when I felt that it was right to release it, I think they still struggled with it, to be perfectly honest. So I'm so glad I didn't give it the year before. Principle number 6, don't force it. Do not pray the word in without permission. Allow them time to weigh the word. It's so important. When I first learned how to prophesy 20 years ago, I pray it in. That gave no permission. No, I don't know if I agree with this word. People get it wrong. They give a word and then they immediately, the person receiving the word is more powerful than the person giving the word. Both of you, both of us, both of you need to weigh the word. The person who's giving the word needed to have weighed the word before giving it, and then the receiver must be given to ponder. They require partnership. If the agreement is it is the recipient's agreement that empowers a word. So if you come in with aggressive behavior, a harsh tone, or in a way that violates their boundaries, or if you just shove the word at them without them having a chance to weigh it up, you might have taken a great word, an accurate insight, and destroyed it before it even had the chance to reach the soil of their heart. Give them space. Let them weigh it, Spirit, to confirm to them. You can stand back and say, does that resonate for you? Give them a chance in for you, or would you like time to consider it further? It's really simple, and it's kindness on steroids. All right, here's the truth I want you to walk away with. Without love is just noise. A prophetic word delivered with arrogance will be rejected, or at best, a prophetic word delivered with respect can change lungs of men or of angels, but do not have a gong or a clanging cymbal. You can be the most gifted prophet in the room. You can see clearly, you can hear God's voice accurately, but if you don't have love, it means nothing. Love must lead always. So before you prophesy, ask yourself this question: what does love look like in this moment? Because kindness will never be out of fashion. I would love to hear from you in the chat about any comments that you might have. Have you received a prophetic word that was delivered with kindness and love? How did that impact you? Or you might have had the opposite experience, like what I shared, or like the student of mine had. A word that was accurate but delivered harshly. What was that like? Let me know. Share in the comments. Let's learn from one another. So thank you for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me today in day 29 of Prophetic Mastery Moments. Remember, let love lead. Now I'm going to have a quick look. Oh, I forgot to say, our next Prophetic Mastery cohort is open now. I'll pop in the comments where you can check it out. So, and I'll just double check, as I said, always happy to give a prophetic word. Is prophetic words only for newbies? No, they're not, Mike. So, but you're always welcome to ask for it in class if I've got time as well. Blessings, Beth, just passing by to say that you prophesied over me a few months ago about stepping into leadership, and now I'm leading a group of 14 women and the fruits are already showing. Praise God. Yay. I am delighted for you, Marina. I love that. We need so many more. All hands on deck is what I'm saying. And we need more people who are resonating with love to bless and love the body, to impart truths to them, to empower them, because they too will then all go out and disciple disciples. Tanya Turner, hi, how are you? Irving, thank you. Good teaching, you said. Great to see you, Mike, says Betty. If you have time, I'd love a word, Betty. I want to say that you are handy. And, the word, there's something about rickshaw. I don't know what a rickshaw, I don't know what the meaning of rickshaw is. Let me really quickly look it up. So you're actually seeing me do something in real time. Let me just look it up on my phone that was dinging away just a minute ago. Oh, there we are. A rickshaw is a small 2 or 3 wheeled passenger vehicle, originally a human powered cart pulled by a runner. And what I felt like saying is that you are not a handy rickshaw. You're not a handy rickshaw. So you're not just a small 2 or 3 wheeled passenger vehicle. Now, so what is he then saying about that? You see, so that was a prophetic insight. Then I have to now stop and say, God, what are you telling me about what it was that you were saying? And what I feel like, Betty, is that you've been exhausting yourself, pulling this little rickshaw and trying to get people to get in. And what God's saying is, no, 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 no. I want you to get into the rickshaw. Let me do the hard lifting and you go for the journey with me. Let me show you the wonders of the nations. Let me show you the different pathways you can go. Let me point out, let my voice lead and point out, because I see him pointing out, and you're looking down little pathways actually in Asia. Let him show you the different ways you could go, but when you let him take control of the rickshaw, you can be sure that your journey will not be rickety, but it will be true and firm. He will take you on the greatest journey if you can just get into the rickshaw rather than you trying to carry it yourself. So, okay, Irvin, Johnny, you would like a word. I don't think I've ever given you a word. All right. Now, Betty knows this about words. Irvin, you have never had a prophetic word from me. I only give prophetic words on the understanding that people weigh them for themselves. Just because a prophetic word has been released over you, we only hear in part, see in part. You must weigh the word. Not only does it resonate in love, but also does it resonate? Is it alignment with the word? Does it contradict anything in that you see in the character and nature of Jesus Christ? You must weigh the word, because beautiful words spoken, I've had this happen to me as well. Beautiful words spoken, well-meaning words spoken in love have been inaccurate. So we need to be powerful, but once you weigh it, you then need to do something about it. Does not mean to say that you sell your house and move to Timbuktu. Those sorts of words you must take and go and get wise counsel before you do anything like that. Dates, mates, babies, marriages, big moves, they're all very, very important. Not to just, I've watched people just jump and move to this city, or I'm going to move to that city, and I'm going to walk away from my job because a prophet prophesied it. So I said no, and because I've said to them no, I've said to them I don't think they're good words. They're not accurate words. It's not what I'm picking up, and they've been offended because and it's gone terrible for them. So as long as you understand, you must judge the word for yourself, Irvin. And then, if it's not accurate, you have full permission to say no, because it's our agreement that empowers a word. It's our actions that empower a word. But I can tell you, in this, if you is if you're wrong and good and you actually act on it, then there will be an acceleration on you stepping into your destiny. So that's important too. Irvin, I love that you're learning. I hope you've gone back over Prophetic Mastery Moments day 1. There's like nearly 30 days now, nearly 30 days of lives. I'm trying to help people learn and grow in the prophetic gift. And we all know, hey, don't we need really wow. Anyway, it's full on. All right, so we've got Irvin. All right, now with that proviso, okay, so what I'm actually getting about you and Irvin, I'm also looking at your profile picture as well. So but I'm looking at your name. So what I actually feel, I don't know who they are. Let me just very, very quickly look up what it was that I'm getting. Um, uh, it might not be anyone. It is. Oh gosh. Okay. So the name I was getting was Vince Colosimo. Now the name Vince Colosimo is he's an Australian actor. I actually do recognize him. So he's of Italian descent. He lives in Melbourne, and he was actually originally married to Jane Hall. So what I feel, okay, this is what I feel that God is actually telling me about you, Irvin, and I would love some feedback. So I feel like you've had many roles to play, and you've never quite felt comfortable in them. And and I'm going to recommend a book. Check it out and see if you are interested in reading this book. It's a beautiful children's book, but I feel like you've worn many different hats. Now, there's a wonderful book that was written by the most beautiful author whose name is escaping me right now. Is called A Hat for Ivan, or A Hat for Ivan, Ivan. If you Google that, look it up. It's the most beautiful book. And the story is basically, Irvin, that Ivan or Ivan he's got a hat day. It's going to be hat day coming up soon, when everyone in the town that he was living in came of a certain age. They were each given a hat, and that hat represented what it was that they were actually called to step into. So the baker had a baker's hat, and the music teacher had a music hat. Now, what happened to Ivan was that his hat day was coming up really soon. So people started to give him hats. They said, "Oh, I'm so excited. It's your hat day. This is a hat you should wear. This is the hat you should wear. This is the hat that you should wear." None of them fitted, and they all weighed him down. And then, of course, the hat maker, which we understand as the metaphor for God or Jesus, looked and said, "Oh, Ivan, you need to come to me," or "Ivan, you need to come to me. And let me take those hats off you, because none of those fit you well. Let me make you a hat." And it was the hat maker, God, who then fitted him just the right hat for his hat day. And I feel like, Irvin, you are right on the cusp of receiving your hat. You're right on the cusp of recognizing and responding to the voice of God. And he's saying, "Come to me. Come to me. You don't need to keep on going to others. Yes, grow and learn from them, but I am the master hat maker. I know how I've created you, and allow me to speak into your life, and let me show you what I have purposed you to do, for you." For you, your purpose, your design. Because I think it's Ephesians 2:10, for we are masterpieces, beautifully designed for a purpose and a place and a people. So, Irvin, what I want to say to you is spend time with the Father, step into the secret place. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I've got a free training. If you sign up for my email, I've got a free training in there. and you can have a look at that. It'll come to you if you sign up through the website on learning how to. I call it soaking. It's just learning how to practice the presence. It's like contemplative prayer. It's just beautiful. It's being quiet and still. It's more listening than speaking. It's finding a quiet place. Maybe I should do a live a little bit on that as well. So I hope that resonates for you, Irvin. Let me know. Is absolutely beautiful. Tanya, it is so beautiful. And Tanya Turner, I feel like, people, I'm sure you get a lot of, you're like Tina Turner, but that's actually not what I saw for you. As I looked at your name, I actually saw the wood carvers. When I learned woodwork when I was 12 years old, Tanya, and you could get a piece of wood and you put it, something got stuck into either end of it. Wood turning. It was wood turning. And then you could get a chisel and you could chisel and create it, carve it into something really beautiful. So I suddenly saw that when I looked at your name, when I went to turn my heart towards what the Father would say to you. So, and then what you're seeing, so I'm then saying, okay, Lord, I can see that picture. What are you trying to show me? What are you trying to show me? What do you want me to say to Tanya? And again, Tanya, you need to weigh this. Does it resonate for you? Does it fully resonate? If not, pop it up on the shelf or flush it. You have full permission because you are the receiver of the word. You empower the word by your agreement. Yeah. So it's really important. So, Tanya, that Turner, I feel like you are in a time right now. Sometimes I get my times a bit out of whack, but I feel like it's for now that it's like you feel like the chisel has been taken, and you're on the turner, so things are actually turning really, really, really quickly. And that you're being carved. It's like the chisel is carving and bits are flying. I feel like God is just, you've been spending some time. Again, I want to know if this is accurate because I'm growing and learning in this gift just like you. Prophets here with the body, not for the body. Yes, we're there to empower and equip and train, but again, we still get it wrong sometimes. So, Tanya, what I actually sense is that you've had a season of laying down in the presence of the Lord. You've been like a Samuel in 1 Samuel 3, where, Samuel's getting up and down and say, I'm here, Master. And Eli's going, it wasn't me calling you, go and lie down. And eventually they work out that Samuel was being called by God. And so Eli said, go and lie down in the temple and say, speak, Lord, for your servant is listening. I feel like you've been in that season and now you don't understand it. You're like, but I don't understand it, God. I've been doing everything that you've been asking me to do. I've been still, I've been quiet, I've been refining, and yet more has been taken away. It's like that there's a time of saying no to things. Nearly, it's like there's a shredding of unnecessary sawdust, things that are not going to contribute to your form and your shape in the future. But the beautiful thing about the sawdust is that they do create a softness under the foot. So I feel like the process that you have been going through is creating this beautiful softness in you, but there's a resilience about you. And then once he's finished carving you, he's going to stand you upright for all to see. I feel like you're actually being, this is beautiful. What I see is that this carving, this is your very next season. It's like the carving's been happening and there's still a little bit more to do. Then he's going to take you off the wood turning machine. It's going to turn off, all the noise is going to settle down in your heart, and he's going to sit you there, and you're actually a lampstand. Your light is going to shine in places of darkness. You're going to learn how to switch on the kingdom. You're going to learn how to release the kingdom. You're going to learn how to shine into dark places. And I feel like there's this most beautiful call upon your life. I don't know if you work with women or even women. This is me stepping right out, so I'd like to know if this is correct or not, Tanya. But have you worked with women who, call girls or escort girls or anything like that? Not as an escort, but had a heart to reach them. I don't know, because it's nearly like the darkness I see involves that as well. Shining the light of God into those dark places. But I want to honor you because you've been through a refining. You're still in that place. Don't get impatient. Your time is coming where He's going to stand you upright. He's going to pop the globe in, and you are going to be very, very. He's going to illuminate you so that you shine into darkness. But you'll have a shade that will be placed upon you. Is nearly like a crown, but it's a shade that will not only protect you, but they will protect others. So you'll know how to illuminate truth with a gentleness, with just the right amount of brightness, if that makes sense, so that it doesn't blind people, it draws them instead. So I hope that helps, Tanya. Tanya, yeah, so really there's a lot in that word. So I hope that helps. So, yeah, Betty, I know you have. You're so beautiful. Marina, you might be the last one. What I actually see, and yes, this is coming from, I don't know, have I given you this word before? I think you're about to set sail. I actually saw, as soon as I saw your name, Marina, which of course a marina in the marine sense, I saw a marine. I saw a marina with yachts, boats, sailboats in them, and I feel like you're about to set sail. He's had you moored for a while, and it's not been anything that you've done wrong, but I actually see you putting. I actually can see the old marina where I used to go on holidays. It's the most beautiful area where I used to go on holidays when I was little. I can see you putting. So you're actually, putting through the marina, and you're looking at the other boats. Stop comparing yourself. You have been created to sail the seas in your own way. Be you. Be you. You don't need to be anyone else. Don't be a cardboard cutout of anybody else. He's created you beautifully and perfectly. He doesn't make rubbish, Marina. So he's saying, get ready. The sails, cast your sails. Not yet. You've got to get out of the marina first, but then there will come a time when the wind will come, the wind of the Spirit, not wind and waves, the wind of the Spirit. Now, the beautiful thing about a sailing boat and the wind is wind doesn't actually push. What it does is that wind actually draws a boat forwards. So as you learn how to recognize the presence, the voice, the resonance of the Holy Spirit, the wind of the Spirit. Now, He sometimes takes us on incredible adventures that we're not anticipating. As you learn how to recognize His presence, His voice, your sail will fill, and you will then be drawn on a journey of a lifetime. Your life has only just begun. I'm really excited for you, Marina. So well done for laying your life down the way that you have. And I think from what I can see of your profile, you're quite young yet. So how incredible. I absolutely love that. So I will wind up. There's no other prophetic words that I wanted. I had some time. We've just got back from Lawn in Victoria, which is on the Great Ocean Road. It's not far from the 12 Apostles, which is a magnificent part of our what do you call it, coastline in Victoria. So I'll finish up on Instagram now. So much love, must love. And Gemma Roberts, artist, you're welcome. It's so important that we start getting wisdom ways in the prophetic out there. And if you're interested in our mentorship, it's been a real time. I'm meeting some women with the wow. Okay, I love that. Well, I hope that I hope it resonates for you, Tanya. That is so exciting. Come back and let me know. Come back and let me know. I've gone blank on your name. It's just all the lights and going live that sometimes you forget things. Come back and let me know on the live as you start to walk it out. That's so exciting. So exciting. All right. I will catch you soon. Much love. We'll catch you soon. Bye for now.